Hello everyone, and you may have seen Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft is coming out in May, I believe, unless I've got it wrong. I'll put a thing in if I've got that date wrong, and I can't wait. Now, will it mean any changes for the current campaign? As you know, we are currently playing Curse of Strahd. Uh, Probably not. I'll get it, and I'll definitely look through it and see, but I'm already running way off course of this, as it is, with a few things. So it probably won't deviate too much, but I'll definitely read through it. And if there's any cool ideas or things that are coming in, yeah, I'll probably use them. But I don't think it's going to change the campaign at all. But I am looking forward to it because it means so for anyone who doesn't know, actually, the way that it's marketed, or the way that they're angling it, is that it's going to be essentially a source book for making your own demi-plane of Dread. So much like in Curse of Strahd, you're in the demi-plane of Barovia. There'll be some slight spoilers here, so if you're in the campaign or are currently playing Curse of Strahd, maybe don't watch any further on. If you're in the campaign, definitely not go away because spoilers. So in Curse of Strahd, you're in the demi-plane of Dread of Barovia, which is currently ruled over by Vampire, which is one of the Dark Lords. The Dark Lords themselves, they have a minion, a being, champion in the world, and that's how they assert their dominance. In Curse of Strahd, it's Strahd. Now, the source book, as written in the Curse of Strahd, really, the dark powers are just there. They're just gods, effectively, a bit like, a cleric has a god there. They don't really directly influence the game that much. If you're watching our Curse of Strahd playthrough, one of the effects that you will have noticed is that whenever Cain does his divine sense to sense evil, undead, all that good stuff, every time he does it, I always describe that he just feels this overwhelming evil. And at the first, whenever he first cast it, he actually made him make a will save because it was just so overpowering. He wasn't expecting it, and that's the dark powers. That's their influence on the world. That's what he was feeling. So they're there. I also know of another DM who's doing something similar. I won't say what it is because it's not my campaign, and I don't want to spoil anything for his campaign. It sounds very interesting, but he's doing that as well. That sort of more existential. They're there and they're watching over like a ominous thing looming over things, but they don't impact the world that much. But the source book that's coming out, it does look like it's going to let you make a world around a dark power, and there are loads of them. Again, for sake of spoilers, and in the off chance that any of my pleasure watching this, I'm not going to tell you the names of them because, well, I'm not going to tell you the names of them. But there are plenty of dark powers out there, and each of them, whenever you think of their individuality in general, the actual dread plane that they would create and they would manage, I think seems really cool. It could lead to a lot of really cool adventures. Um, it sort of reminds me, if anyone's ever read Darren Shan, he had a Demonata book series which was all about demons and things like that, and a demon lord could make his own plane of existence. I say his, they didn't really have a gender. The demon lord could make their own plane of existence, and they were unique to that demon lord. The most common one throughout the books was Lord Loss, and his whole plane was just a massive spider web, and all the buildings and structures. He had a massive castle that was made out of web. That was his their domain. That was it. It was just web and them, and any demon pets that they had. And it sort of reminds me of that. This Van Richten's guide to Ravenloft, having all these dread dark powers. I keep wanting to say dread lords. I'm not sure why. I suppose both could be applicable, but it sort of reminds me of them in that they each have their own unique plane, or could have their own unique plane. I'm sure it's probably very much up to the DM how they interpret what their plane would look like. One of them, the Queen of Poxes. Again, not going to say the actual name, but that's the title. Each dark power has a name and then title. I think one of them's called the Devourer or something, and they have a name. And that dark power, the Queen of Poxes, I think her domain could go a few ways, because I always interpret the Queen of Poxes to be like the anti-druid, like the druids of actually like the druids in Curse of Strahd that are corrupt. I always associate them with her, that she's this corrupting poisonous influence, but very much tied to nature. So I sort of tie those two together. I think that's quite cool, and I could imagine her plane could either be, a horrible, diseased, infested bog, or it could be this really lush, forested meadow that maybe looks really nice, but underneath it, it's diseased and twisted and stuff like that. And that could be something that the players could then discover. They go in there, they think, oh, this is a nice plane of existence. They get dragged in for whatever reason, and then as they go through, they progress and start to see all the things that are then wrong with the forest. So I think that would be a cool way of doing it, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to lead to maybe a couple of campaigns in the future, but that's way in the future. We still have a long way to go before we're done with Curse of Strahd. And my the Cyberpunk Red series that I'm doing, that's taking priority. Then after that, I've got two other source books that are coming, actually till like three, that I'll possibly do videos on, and do sort of how to build characters and stuff like that. So don't think I'll be making any new campaigns anytime soon, but we'll see. So yeah, I haven't looked at the source book or the information around the source book much yet. I'm sort of saving myself. I kind of want to wait and get my hands on the book and experience firsthand there, rather than looking at all of the theories and leaks and suggested leaks and stuff like that of people that think have gotten. So I'm going solely off the blurb that they give you in the on the D&D Beyond page. So we'll see, but I am very much looking forward to it. So that'll be good. So, see you later.